All right, here I'm just going through some of the questions from an old exam. Okay, first one says determine the slope of the graph of this linear function. So this is the equation of any linear function, and the thing in front of the x, or the negative 1/5, is the slope. Okay, done. Find the slope and y-intercept of this equation. Well, what I want to do is take this and make it look like that. So I'll leave the 7y on the left side of the equal sign, move the 5x to the other side and make it negative, plus the 38 that's there already. Then I'll divide everything by 7. Just so that I don't all I have on the left side then is a y. So on the right I get negative 5/7 x plus 38 over 7. So the slope is negative 5/7, and the y-intercept is 38 over 7. Okay, the next question, you need to use Desmos or a graphing calculator to do that. I'll show you how to do it in Desmos. I'm going to fire the thing up and put the data in, and then I'll press record again. Okay, once you have your data done in Desmos, then I'm trying to look here and I can't see my data, so I can zoom out like that, but it's easier if you hit that wrench button and then just set your x values. So my x values, the smallest one is like 1 point something, so I'm going to say 0 for my lowest one. My highest x value is 5. Maybe I'll just go a little bit more than that, I'll go 6. And then y value is the smallest one, 300 and something. Let's go 250 just to make sure. And then the highest y value, 954, so we'll go to about 1,000. Okay, so there you see some data, and it sort of looks like it has a linear slant to it. Now what I can do is I can have Desmos determine what this y-intercept and slope are. So I go y1 and then a tilde, that's that thing, and then m for slope, and then x1. And notice the y1 and x1, they refer to the top of that table, so what the variables are called. So mx plus b, there we go. So if I look at the line there, it pretty well is like an average of all of those dots. It doesn't go through any of them really, but it's an average of the dots. But there on the left side, it shows you what the slope and the y-intercept are. So if it says write an equation in that form, I'm going to write it y equals the slope 170, we'll say let's go to one decimal place, 170.5 x plus the y-intercept is 130.6, we'll say. Okay, and I think that's all that I needed to do with that question. Okay, so I just need to plot the data in Desmos and then use that, which I'll give you on the exam, in order to determine what the line of best fit or a regression line for that data would be, and it tells you what your slope and what your y-intercept are. Okay, for these next questions, again, let me zoom in a bit. It says write a slope-intercept form for this line with these characteristics. So again, I'm going to go y equals mx plus b, and they give me the slope as negative 7/3, and then this is a point. So there's an x value and a y value, and I'm going to plug those in where the x is, so that's negative 2 is equal to, and where the y is a positive 2, plus b, and I'm going to solve for b. So 2 is equal to, if I multiply that, that's 14 over 3 plus b, and then I'll subtract 14/3 on each side. Okay, so 2 minus 14/3, I think that's negative 8/3. You probably better check that. That's what the y-intercept is. So then my equation will be y is equal to the slope, negative 7/3 x, minus my y-intercept, 8/3. Okay, the next question says it passes through these 2 points. So from those points, I need to find what the what the slope is. So to find the slope, I can use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's call this x1 y1, x2 y2. So y2 is negative 2 minus y1 is a negative 6 over x2 is 0 minus x1 is 9. Okay, so this will be negative 2 minus the negative, so negative 2 plus 6, which would be 4. And on the bottom, 0 take away 9 is a negative 9. So my slope then is negative 4/9. Now I do the same thing as I did with the question up above there. So let's do that. So y equals mx plus b. My slope is negative 4/9. And then let's use this point. So my x value is 0. Oh, that's nice. Plus b equals the y value is negative 2. So 0 times anything cancels. So the y-intercept just turns out to be a negative 2. So the equation of the line then will be y is equal to the slope, negative 4/9 x, and then the y-intercept, which is a negative 2. Okay, next question. It says it passes through that point and it's parallel to this line. If it's parallel, it means it has the same slope. So I need to take this equation and figure out what the slope is. So like I did before, I'm going to get y on one side and everything else on the other side. So negative 3y is equal to a positive 4x plus 7. Notice I took that and I moved it to the right side, made it positive. Then I'll divide everything by negative 3 to get y by itself. So this would be a negative 4/3 x minus 7/3. The only thing I need from this is what the slope is. That's this right here. And it says the slope is parallel to it, right? So that means this is the equation of a line. If my line is parallel, it means my slope is also negative 4/3. Then they give me this point, so now I do the same as what I did in the question 2 before this. So my equation is y equals mx plus b. My slope is negative 4/3, and x value is 5 plus b, and the y value is negative 16. Okay, now let's simplify this. So this would be negative 20 over 3 equals negative 16 plus b. And if I move the negative 20 to the other side, it'll be positive 20/3 minus 16/3 is equal to b. Okay, so 20, not 16/3, just 16. So I think that's negative 28/3 is equal to b. I think, again, you should check me on that. And now let's rewrite the equation of the line. So the slope is negative 4/3 x, and the y-intercept, negative 28 over 3. So there's 2 or 3 questions where you do almost the same thing. Okay, next question is, magazine earned $84 million in 1998. If the advertising revenue, okay, so 84, if their advertising revenue, that's this one, it was or is 7 times the subscription revenue, how much did it earn from advertising? Oh, it earned 84 from doing both of those. Oh, okay. So let me revise this. It's not 84. This is advertising revenue is equal to 7 times what you got from subscriptions. But I know that the advertising plus the subscriptions equals 84 million. So if advertising is 7 times subscription, I can take this and plug it in where advertising goes. So 7s plus s equals 84. Or if I add those, that's 8s equals 84. And now divide both sides by 8. And I'll get s is equal to whatever that is, 10.5, I think. 10.5. That'll be how much the subscriptions were. And so then, if I take 84 million and subtract the 10.5, I should get, is that 73.5? So 73.5 million is how much it would be from advertising. This would be advertising. Now, let me just see if that worked out. Yeah, I think that works. So advertising was 73.5. And if you take the 73.5 and add 73.5, add the 10.5, you get 84. Okay, it's sort of a little tricky one. So I looked for this relationship and then and looked at this relationship, that the sum of advertising and the subscription was 84. And if advertising was 7 times the subscriptions, I could take this and plug it in where the advertising goes. All right, let me see. Another question there. Number 10. Oh, another worded question. Salesperson has 2 job offers. Company A offers weekly salary $490 plus commission of, okay, so they get $490 plus 14% of sales. Company B offers salary $980 plus 7%. What is the sales amount above which company A is better? So they want this one. This is A, and B will be over here. B is 980 plus 0.07 times S. They want to know when this one is bigger, the one on the left side. Okay, so now to solve that, let me get our S's together. So 0.147S minus 0.07S is greater than 980 minus 490. So I just subtracted 490 on that side, and I also subtracted 0.075 on each side here too. Not 0.05, just 0.07, sorry. My S looks like a 5. So this on the left side will be 0.07S, and on the right side will be 490 if you subtract those. And then divide both sides by 0.07. And so S will be, if the sales are greater than whatever this comes out to, I don't know what it is, 4,900. Maybe there's another 0 or 1 0 less, something like that. You can do that division. And so it'd be S is greater than that. Okay, last question I'm just going to do on this one. Number 13, it says find the vertex of this parabola. You can do this a number of different ways. I'll show you the way that I would probably do it. You can use the vertex formula that says take minus b over 2a, figure out what that is, and then plug it into the function everywhere you see an x and see what happens. So the x-coordinate of the vertex you get by going minus b over 2a. So minus b over 2 times a. So b is negative 24, and a is negative 3. So these two negatives cancel. So it'll be positive 24 over negative 6, which is just a negative 4. Now I take this negative 4 and plug it into the function. So to get the y-coordinate, I figure out what the value of the function is when I plug in a negative 4. So that's negative 3 times negative 4 squared minus 24 times negative 4 minus 46. Let's see what that comes out to. Negative 4 squared is positive 16 times negative 3 is a negative 48. Negative 24 times negative 4 would be a positive 96 minus 46. So that'll be negative 2, I think. Or positive 2. Positive 2, I think. Okay, so the vertex would be, is that right? 48, yeah, that's right. So the vertex then would be negative 4 from here and positive 2 from there. There's your vertex. Okay, hopefully it helped you on some of those questions.